Good. Hey everyone. Hey, welcome everyone to the Life, Love, and Money pop-up show.
Yay!
Hey
Thanks
Jen.
for being here. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
You ready for this?
Yep, let's jump into it.
Awesome. Okay, so today's topic is, are you surviving or are you thriving? So, oh my gosh, I love this one.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So let's just jump into this and let me break this down, okay? So I love to break down definitions because I think it's so important when we talk about these subjects, like we really are clear about what we're telling you, what we're saying to you. So let me break down, although you might know this already, but what does it mean to survive? And to survive, it means to do what you can to live, to exist, to overcome a struggle, to make it through a hardship. It is doing what you have to make your way in the world. And it's about, God, I just have to do this. And you're not really looking at the other factors of like, oh, I'm going to take care of my wellness. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's about, I got to get food on my table. I've got to do this. I've got to get to school. I've got to, I've got to do A, B, and C because I have to survive. I have to live. And to thrive is very different. So it means to grow, to flourish, to be intentional about your path, your next steps, your journey. It's curating a path that has purpose and meaning for you. It's a state where you can go beyond surviving and thrive. What are your thoughts, Jen?
Yeah, it's just surviving just sounds like basic needs. Okay, yeah, I can survive if I had some water and some bread for a few days, I'll survive. I'm gonna be miserable, but I'm gonna survive. Versus thriving, like I'm having my, steakhouse, petite filet mignon, and my, my Brussels sprouts with my baked potato, and then carrot cake, and old fashioned. I mean, that's thriving.
Yeah.
It's like you said, I love the word that you use, intentional path.
Yeah.
That basic needs is not an intentional path. I mean, unless, you have some other reasons for doing that, but it really comes down to me like thinking like basic survivor needs versus like, what would you really want?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do need to mention this too, because, I know you guys know this. I worked in the field of human services for a long time, and there's some things that I've seen people are interesting. And I've seen the worst and I've seen the very good. But in some instances, I have seen kids and adults in situations where people are in these journeys of survival and necessity.
Yeah.
And there are extreme circumstances to that. And when you move into that survival mode, it's most likely in many cases that you're there because either you have to be, or you're just trying to make your way out because you're beginning to see that you're in this environment of stagnation or oppression, or or you might be a kid too. And so when I talk about survival, there are some instances where unfortunately there are people who are just trying to make it, but thriving feels very different.
Yeah.
And as Jen said, it's in a totally different space, and it's not just basic needs. It's allowing a different energy to flow into your life. It's your process and how you experience the world. It's so different. It's a release of being in that survival mode, that scarcity mindset, where you're feeling caught, or circumstances are overwhelming you, or you're in the have tos. I need to, it goes beyond that. Thriving, it's a space or a state of intention and growth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that said, I just think that there's such a difference. So our question still remains, are you surviving or are you thriving? And how are you releasing the survival mindset and turning that into intention, purpose, and passion?
Yes. I will also add too, I think sometimes we don't stop and think about what we want.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, it may not be as dire as those examples, okay, I'm in survival mode where there's just water and bread and, I'm very, very desperate situations, but you could be somewhat comfortable and you could still be surviving. I think it's important to notice that it's not so much that it's like a, disparity situation versus like, opulence and luxury. You can even just be comfortable. And I would sometimes consider that I'm just surviving.
Yeah.
Because I'm not living out. Yeah. I'm not living out my dreams. I'm not really going after what. I'm just kind of existing.
Yeah.
I'm just existing. Absolutely. And I've been there many times and I'm just like, it sucks. It doesn't feel good. I'm having like a come to Jesus meeting with myself and realizing like, I'm not going after what I really want. Or I should say, I'm not where I really want to be. I could feel it in my spirit. I can feel like this is not what I really, really want. I'm just existing. I want so much more. And that's when I have to do a self-analysis and journal and think about like, what's going on here? What is it that I really want? But until we identify that, we won't really know. But I think what it'll do is this, it'll give us answers to understand like, why do I feel this dissension? Like, why do I feel like I'm not in a joyful state? And it could be because you aren't in a space of thriving yet, or you haven't identified what that looks like for you.
Oh, I love all of that. And I think that's such a valid point. And you see a lot of that where you are existing and not thriving.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's why I go back to these questions, and I think we'll end here, but those questions still remain. Are you surviving or are you thriving? And how are you releasing that survival mindset and turning that into intention, purpose, and passion?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. I love this. So ask yourselves, are you surviving or are you thriving? And if you're thriving, let us know in the comments below. What does that look like for you? You never know. You can be inspiring us, other people who see the comments, that let us know how you are thriving and what that looks like. Because, sometimes it takes other people's experiences to inspire us to do better in our own lives. So with that said, thank you for being here. Thank you, Summer.
Thank you, Jen.
Yes, you're so welcome. And don't forget, we have the Life Love Money Show YouTube channel. So make sure to go over there, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so you can get updates on when another video has been uploaded. So until next time, thank you for being here.
Bye.